now.
Yes, I didn't see him. What are you looking so sad about, Champ?
I'm surprised at you. I mean, I'm really insulted. I mean, that's not right what you just said.
What do you mean, what I just said?
I mean, I'm get a drink of water. I'm late getting home, but you talk. I said something about the greatest heavyweight champ, man. I'm a hometown man, and you talk about Joe Louis, man. Joe Louis wouldn't be nothing for me. Joe, I tell you, Joe, do you think you would have stood a chance with me?
Well, Clay, during one time during my career, I went on a Bomber of the Month tour.
Bomber of the Month? I would have been a bomb compared to you.
Well, you've been on the tour.
Oh,
Now watch this. A left-right combination by Rocky draws a beautiful left hook counter by La Starza. Oh, his man down. La Starza has been knocked down, but never out. As he himself puts it, I know how to get up. During this, and ducking under those shots by Marciano. Watch.
What's happening, my people? It's Cash Sports again, back for another afternoon with the family. Now, as usual, before we get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community. It's just boxing talk. We're a group of people who just love to talk boxing. And we're always looking for others to join us. And you don't have to have a podcast. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. Miss Cass, hashtag JBT, Mike Mazik. Salute, Mike. Salute to everyone. And welcome to another episode of Cass Sports, The Box Storian. Today, the minimum weight division in boxing. And you know what time it is. If it's Monday through Friday, 2 p.m., it's The Box Storian, bringing you all that boxing history. Boxing is the greatest sport of them all. That's why we love it. Can't get enough of it. How's everyone today? Once again, welcome to the Tuesday afternoon edition of Cass Sports, The Box Storian. Still early in this big week of boxing history. This is the final weight class. We have came all the way from heavyweight to minimum weight, 105. This is the final one. And after we finish minimum weight today, we're going to just talk about weight classes in general. The rules, the reasons for them. This is it. Last one. Okay? But for our highlight of boxing history today, we are going to talk about referees. 10 of the top referees of all time, since Steve Willis messed up so bad Saturday in the Tank and Lamont Roach fight. He missed the call on the knee, you know. I mean, anything other than those feet touch the mat, it's the knockdown. And that kind of what, you know, boxing can't get that as popular as these other sports, because boxing just continually breaks their own rules. You know, they set the rules, but they break them. No other sport does that. You know, it's like football. You get 4 downs, you get 10 yards and move the chains. You don't see them giving them 5 and 6 downs. After 4 downs, you don't get the 10 yards, you're off the field. Baseball, you get 3 outs in an inning, right? You don't see them giving them 4 and 5 outs. After 3 outs, that's it. It's the other team's turn. Basketball, you have a 24-second shot clock. If you don't get a shot off in 24 seconds, it's a turnover. You don't see them getting 25 and 30 seconds. 24 seconds, you don't get a shot off, it's the other team's ball. Simple as that. Boxing is the only sport that continually breaks their own rules all the time. Okay? They always do it. That's why the sport can't get the popularity that it could have, you know, if it was like these other sports. You know, they make rules and they break them. They're corrupt. You know, they had the referees turning in the scores, and you got officials from the sanctioning bodies hovering over their shoulders. Come on, man. But we're going to talk about referees today. 10 of the top referees in boxing history. And trust me, Steve Willis from Saturday is not on the list. But he's an excellent referee. That's why I know he was cheating, because he's too good of a referee to make a bogus call like that. So that was obvious and blatant cheating. Okay? But yeah, 10 of the top referees of all time. Now, boxing has some of the, hold on for a moment. I got, it would be for one moment. One memento. How's everybody today, though? It's beautiful outside. Spring is in the air. I don't even think I put the picture in here. Oh, that's crazy. No, I didn't. Is it too late to do it? Let me see. Yeah. Oh, well. Okay, but 10 of the top referees of all time. Now, boxing has some of the greatest and most memorable moments in sports history. The ref. Every great fight has a ref, which may seem like a boring job, but the referee is the man ensuring that the fight remains fair and competitive from start to finish. Steve Willis did not do that. Today, we will take a trip down memory lane as we dissect the top 10 boxing referees of all time and analyze the value in the careers of each one of them, okay? Top 10 referees of all time. Number 1, Kenny Bayless, okay? Kenny is retired now, but he was a great referee. Kenny was non-corruptible, okay? Kenny had been refereeing that fight, Lamont Roach Windsor, because Kenny called him a knockdown when he took that knee, okay? I mean, if you can just take a knee like that, you get popped good and hurt, just take a knee. You know, if it wasn't a knockdown, everybody would just take a knee when you got hurt. You can't do that. And then your corner cannot, only assistance the corner can give during the 3-minute round is verbal assistance. They can shout verbal assistance from the corner, but they can't physically wipe sweat off, wipe grease or whatever it was out of your eyes, you know, and it's become known as Greasegate. Yeah, but the only time they can physically assist you is if the referee instructs them. Like the mouthpiece might get knocked out. He might want to clean the mouthpiece off and put it back or something like that. Or some blood running in your eyes, he might instruct the corner to wipe the blood out or something. But if the referee don't stop it and tell the corner to physically assist the fighter, they can't do it. And they clearly did it. There should have been a disqualification. And I'm 100% Team Tank, but I'm 100% boxing first. And that messes our sport up, man. Stuff like that. Clearly, Steve Willis was paid off. Okay? No doubt about it. But number 1, top 10 referees of all time, Kenny Bayless. Good referee and non-corruptible. Kenny Bayless is truly one of the best referees in the history of boxing. Bayless has worked some of the biggest fights ever officiated, such as De La Hoya versus Mayweather Jr., Pacquiao versus Juan Manuel Marquez, and Mayweather versus Shane Mosley. And Bayless has always been in control and able to make snap judgments. That he is a deft hand at calling fights exactly when they should be and notoriously stays out of the way during fights has made him highly regarded and popular with both fighters and fans. Kenny Bayless, number 1, best referees of all time. 2, Tony Weeks. Mike Grimm in the building. What's up, Mike? Doing our little highlight of boxing history. Top referees of all time. You just missed Kenny Bayless was number 1. Okay. You know, since Steve Willis dropped the ball so bad Saturday, you know, Tank should have been disqualified. Or at least he should have been given a knockdown and Roach should have given 2 points. There's the fight right there. Now, like I said, I'm 1,000% Team Tank, but I'm 1,000% boxing first. And right is right, wrong is wrong. That was a robbery. You know, all these fights we like Loma Devin, that wasn't a robbery. That was a close fight. Oh, Shaqy and Stacey, that wasn't a robbery. That's a close fight. They got wrong. But this was a robbery because Roach clearly could have got his hand raised at the end of that fight, man. Clearly. Okay. Team boxing first. And yeah, Tank should have it all on his record. Okay? So I decided to talk about some of the top referees today. And Steve Willis is not on the list. He's an excellent referee. That's why I know he cheated, was paid off to do that. Too good of a referee to make that call. Now, Tony Weeks makes the list after that bad call he made in the Rolly Barroso fight, but Tony cheated because he's too good of a referee to make when he stopped the Barroso Rolly fight, shouldn't have been stopped. Barroso wasn't hurt to that point. Tony was paid off, but still an excellent referee. He comes in at number 2. Tony Weeks. Now, Tony Weeks has a popular among boxing fans. He's popular among boxing fans for good reason. He has a tendency to allow fighters go at it without interjecting themselves unnecessarily in the fight. Most importantly, in the lightweight title fight between Jose Luis Castillo and Diego Corrales, where he let the two warriors work away on the inside in what would result in one of the greatest fights of all time. Weeks' good displays and sportsmanship have made him on one of the very best in the business. Tony Weeks. Steve Smoger, number 3. We're talking about some of the top referees of all time. Steve Smoger. I'm not sure if Steve is still refereeing right now, but he was a good one. Steve Smoger. The career of referee Steve Smoger has hardly been worthwhile. What his way of giving fighters a second chance lead to is another classic. As once displayed in the fight between Powell Wolak and Dalvin Rodriguez, Smoger's flexibility to adjust his referee to the ebb and flow of a fight has made him a revered figure in the world of boxing. He's in the International Boxing Hall of Fame and other halls of fame. His career will forever be remembered as one of the best of all time. Steve Smoger. We go back a ways now. Arthur McCante Sr., great referee. Another one, uncorruptible. Couldn't be corrupted. Arthur McCante Sr. The impact Arthur McCante Sr. had on the sport of boxing is beyond measure. His groundbreaking work to score appearance and break down rounds by the third to expunge the influence of last-second flurries, and his effort to scout and develop young referees to referee not speed or power, but proper angles, shows the depth of his passion for the sport. McCante's teaching ability and his enduring influence in the training of the next generation of referees makes him a Hall of Fame boxing referee. He is in the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Since we went back, let's stay back there. Mills Lane, another great referee and judge. Better referee than he was a judge, though. Mills Lane, remember, he became a judge. The Mills Lane career as boxing referee has shaped the sport and life of many. Lane's handling of the famous air-biting incident has fortified his status as one of the best referees in boxing, despite that controversial moment in the Tyson-Holyfield rematch. Yeah, Mills refereed that one. The bite fight. Well, his rough, no-nonsense officiating and his memorable role in so many top fights will mean that he goes down in the annals of boxing history. Mills Lane. Joe Cortez, remember him? Joe Cortez, another great referee from back in the day. Yeah, Joe Cortez. And all these referees couldn't be corrupted, man. You wouldn't see these bogus stoppages and fighters taking knees and not getting called with these referees. They just wouldn't do it. They would say, well, if you want somebody to help me throw the fight, get another referee. I'm not doing it. Okay? Okay, Joe Cortez. In his illustrious career as a referee, Joe Cortez has been associated with rousing incidents and controversial calls. Although the man can be a bit of a love or hate figure with the fans, Cortez is a man who made a difference in the sport of boxing. The ethering tales countless have heard based on his experience and coverage of major fights, from Mayweather vs. Victor Ortiz, have long added to the canon of combat lore. Although he has many detractors as well, Cortez belongs in the upper echelon of boxing referees for his work in some of the sport's most iconic fights. And he's another Hall of Famer. Richard Steele, I put Richard Steele in it. Define Arnie 1 in the building. Where you been, Define? I haven't seen you in a month of Sundays, Define Arnie 1. How are you? Good to see you today. We got to get some link time today. Now, Define Arnie 1 is in here. We just talking about referees right now, Define Arnie. Some of the greatest referees of all time. Since Steve Willis blew it Saturday. Yeah. Lamont Roach for the beautiful fight and deserved to win, and Steve Willis blew it. You know, he let Tank take that knee. He let his cornerman wipe his face off. You can't do that, you know? Like I was telling Mike, I'm Team Tank 1,000%, but I'm Team Boxing first. And yeah, Tank should have an L on his record, man. I can't feel enough. He should have an L because Lamont did enough to pull it out, especially with the knockdown he should have had. Richard Steele. With salute, Define Arnie 1. Richard Steele leaves a legacy as a compassionate, intelligent man who looked out for the safety of the boxers he refs. Yes, he did look out for safety. He stopped the fight with 2 seconds left. The way Taylor and Chavez were handled and the fair but firm mantra he attached himself to has helped the sport a great deal. Steele's uncanny ability to keep his composure and make split-second decisions inside the ropes has earned him a spot among the great referees in the history of the sport. Okay, we go back again. Frank Cappuccino. Talking about some of the great referees we've had. I think since Steve Willis messed up so bad Saturday. Now, Frank Cappuccino has been an impartial and honest referee throughout his career. The respect for his work has come from both fighters and fans, as he has allowed fighters to fight when it was necessary, and some of his best work has come in some classic battles. While you might not have anywhere near the same number of answers, the sheer fact that you're still reading and wondering probably tells you all you need to know. Cappuccino's strict dedication to quality in boxing and approach to officiating make him one of the best boxing referees of all time. Another International Boxing Hall of Famer. Man, Richard Steele twice. He did Richard Steele, right? Richard Steele was number 7 and number 9. He must have been a bad man. Okay. At number 10, Ant McQueen in the building. Yeah. Ant says Steve Willis' last fight was terrible too. Those heavyweight guys on Clarissa Shields, Danielle Perkins undercard. Okay, yeah, I saw that though. I don't think I watched. I didn't watch that whole card, Ant. Yeah, I watched the Clarissa Shields. I watched that fight. Yeah, I missed those other fights. But salute Ant McQueen in the building. Met Ant McQueen Saturday too. I mean, it's Friday. I'm talking about Saturday, Friday at the meet and greet. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. You know, Ant McQueen is important. They announced Ant McQueen when he came in. Came over the loudspeaker. Ant McQueen is in the building. Yeah. Salute Ant. Number 10 is Pat Russell. Pat Russell. One of the reasons so many fans and fighters trust and rightfully respect Pat Russell is his control and quick decision making in the ring. And he has put that on display time after time. In every regard, his body of work as an official speaks to his accuracy, his professionalism, to go with his long career officiating some of the most memorable fights in the history of the sport. He did Juan Noel Marquez versus the brother. Rafael Marquez versus Israel Vasquez. Rafael Marquez versus Diaz. He was one of the best referees in the history of the sport, partly because of the fact that he actually played a part in defining it. And that was Pat Russell, okay? And now we're getting ready to talk about the minimum weight. This is the last of the divisions. We come all the way from heavyweight. 17 weeks ago. We started in 2024. And at the end up at the minimum weight, today we are going to talk about weight classes. The reason for them and some other things. rules, and yeah, we're just gonna talk about weight classes at the end because this is the last one. Gotta come up with something else next week, but we will. We always do. Mm-hmm. Remo gave me a great idea, man. I think I told y'all about it yesterday. Like an all-star team, each decade, the best fighter in each weight division in each decade. So we're gonna do that on Monday because I probably need a whole entire weekend to work on that. So that's gonna be Mondays, and then we'll take. We're gonna start at 1900 all the way up to 2025. Yeah, we'll do from 2020 to 2025. You know, the best fighter in each weight division from each decade. Yep. Remo idea. He gave me that Friday night at the meet and greet, as a matter of fact. Yeah. Now, if I wouldn't have won, I wouldn't have got that idea. He probably would have got it to me. Okay, the minimum weight division in boxing. But how's everybody today? It's Tuesday. Man, it's like 60-something degrees up here in Baltimore. Spring is in the air. Bring it on. Bring it on. I'm ready. Yeah. Wasn't that bad of a winter, though. We had like 2 snows. I think the most we got down here in Baltimore was like 6 to 8 inches or something. That was it. Yeah. So, and I think it's safe to say we're finished with the snow. It's March 4th, so yeah. But the minimum weight division in boxing. We got 2 minutes. I was trying to wait till 2:30. And tomorrow is going to be boxing in Africa. We've been doing, that was a Thomas Hill idea. We've been doing boxing from different parts of the world the last couple months. Crush the Legend in the building. What's up, Crush? What's up, nephew? Crush the Legend. Got the coffee and donuts at 6 a.m. Monday through Friday. Okay? It's worth getting up for. I do it every day. Okay. Salute, Crush. Today is the minimum weight, the final division. We came all the way from heavyweight. Yep, we are at the end. And yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. It's Crush fault because he came in and I forgot what I was talking about. But I know what we're going to talk about, the minimum weight division. So let's start. It is 2:30. It's bad luck to start before 2:30 because last time I started before 2:30, remember, that the whole thing went down for like 20 minutes on. Mm-hmm. Okay. Minimum weight division in boxing. That's the great Ricardo Lopez on the screen, the greatest minimum weight fighter of all time, right? Mr. 51-0. He had 1 draw. But he was champion for the entire decade of the 90s, except for like 3 months. I think he vacated about October, something like that, in 99 to go up to junior flyweight and challenge himself in another division. But if he would have waited them last couple months, him and Joe Louis would have been the only 2 fighters champion for an entire decade. Never lost. And never lost in his life because he never lost in the amateurs either. He had 1 draw, but he avenged that. Rosendo Alvarez. I think that was his name. We're going to cover him today too. But yeah, the man don't know how it feels to lose. Never lost in the amateurs or at the professional level. Ricardo Lopez. That's why I put him up there. You're talking 105. Ricardo Lopez owned that division for an entire decade, except for a couple months. Okay, let's talk about it. Okay. Now, minimum weight is also known as straw weight, mini flyweight, paperweight, minimum weight, or super atom weight. Okay. It's the weight class in combat sports and in professional boxing. Boxers who compete in the minimum weight division may weigh no more than 105 pounds. Okay? No more than 105. Now, this is a relatively new weight class for professional boxers. first inaugurated by the major boxing sanctioning bodies between 1987 and 1990. But very relatively new, 1987, okay? It's not that long ago. Now, the minimum weight division was originally introduced in 1968 for the Summer Olympic Games in Mexico City under the name light flyweight, okay? However, that was amateurs though. However, the division was not recognized by any of the four most widely regarded sanctioning bodies until the IBF in June of 1987, when Kyung Yun Lee knocked out Masaharu Kawakami to become the inaugural champion, right? That was the first champion, IBF. I'm gonna butcher his name again. Kyung Yun Lee. That ain't that bad. Now the WBC held its first fight in the division in October of 1987, later that same year. Then the WBA came in January, had their first fight in January 1988. And the WBO first fight at minimum weight was in August of 1989. Okay? Kensaw Love won. Jarrell Hattie in the building. Salute, salute. Two of my biggest supporters. Kensaw Love won and Jarrell Hattie. Welcome. This is the last of the divisions. Remember, we came all the way from heavyweight, started in 2024, and we were at minimum weight. Little history right now. Then we're going to talk about some of the former fighters and some of the current top 10. And since this is the last division, we're going to talk about weight divisions in general today. Okay. All right. Yeah. The WBO came and had their first fight in August 1989. They were the last one to recognize the division. Now, Ring Magazine did not begin ranking minimum weights until 1997 under the name strawweight, and would not name a champion until 2024. Last year was the first time Ring Magazine ever named a champion at minimum weight. Wow, last year. And that was when Oscar Collazo knocked out CP Freshmart. That's his name. Okay? Put it in there. That's his name. I ain't making it up. This is his name right here. And he's got a brother, too, named something Freshmart. Yeah, but Oscar Collazo knocked him out last year to become the first Ring Magazine champion. That's it. Knock out CP Freshmart. Kensaw Love won with the super chat. Appreciate you, Kensaw Love won. 1,000,000%. Miss Cass gave me this candy. I'm not gonna eat it and be smacking in y'all ears. Okay, appreciate the Kensaw Love one with the color in here. The sky blue. Okay. Yeah, Ring Magazine just named their first champion last year, though, Oscar Collazo. Okay. Now I done lost my place. What was it? Yeah. Oscar Collazo, right? Ring Magazine named their first champion. Oh, here we go, right here. Knockout CP Freshmart. Now, historically, the weight class has been dominated by Latin Americans and Asians, with only a limited amount of success coming from other nationalities, like Europeans and Americans. You don't see too many Europeans and Americans down there in those lower weight classes. Now, in the early years of the division, fighters such as Napa Kiat Wanchai found success defending the WBC belt, including early wins over a young, up-and-coming Hiroki Ioka, who later found success at junior flyweight, and super flyweight. Hiroki Ioka, we're going to talk about him today, too. Now, the longest reigning champion in division history is Ricardo Lopez, who defended his WBC title 21 times before vacating and moving up to junior flyweight. That's Ricardo right there. 21 times, man. That's a lot of successful defenses, ain't it? Wow. 21 times. Now, Ratanapol Vorpin held the IBF title for most of the decade, the 90s, right? China, Porpayon, a lot of butchering going on. Held the WBA title until losing it to Rosendo Alvarez, who then held it until 1998, right? And Rosendo lost it because he failed to make weight for his unification rematch with Ricardo Lopez. And Alvarez lost by split decision. Now, Alvarez was the man who put the only blemish, if you want to call a draw a blemish, on Ricardo Lopez's record. Remember, he was 51-0 with one draw. And that came to Rosendo Alvarez, and then Ricardo beat him in his rematch. But it was a split decision. So nobody could beat Alvarez Lopez, but Alvarez had his number because he had a draw with him in the first fight. And the second fight, one judge actually gave it to Alvarez. So yeah, he was a tough matchup for Ricardo Lopez. Now the division also saw its first champions not from Latin America or Asia, when Scotland's Paul Weir won the vacant WBO title over Fernando Martinez in May of 1993. So the division started like 87 with the IBF, and the first non-Asian or Latin American champion wasn't until 1993. Fighter from Scotland, Paul Weir, won the title. Okay? And this was followed by South Africa's Zolani Patello, who won the IBF title in December 1997. He was the next non-Asian or Latin American. 4 years later, in 97, he won it. South Africa, Zolani Patello. Jose Antonio Aguirre and Yvonne Calderon were the most decorated champions. From 2004 to 2007, Muhammad Rahman, Yutaka Nida, and Eagle Kayawa became champions. Jose Antonio Aguirre began to decline, but Yvonne Calderon continued to defend his WBO title until August 2007, when he moved up to junior flyweight. In the later part of the decade, 2000s, from 2007 to 2009, Ole Dong, I'm not even going to do that. Wow. I'll let y'all read it. Ole Dong. Okay. SAMERMERCHAI. I hope it don't change it. Here it is. Him. That guy. Right there. Okay? Him, Don Nietes, Raul Garcia, and Ramon Gonzalez were champions between 2007 to 2009, later in the 2000s. In the early part of the 2010s, many of the fighters from the end of the 2000s continued to find success. However, new faces included Denver Coelho and Kazuto Ioka, nephew of 1980s champion Hiroki Ioka. Then the later part of the decade, Thai boxers returned to dominance, with knockout CP Freshmart and Warren Hang Menayota winning titles and staying undefeated. Okay, let's look at some of these former fighters in the division. Ole Dong, Sitsamerchai. Yeah, okay. Let's look at some of the former titles from the division now. Okay, from the 105. This is the final one. We're going to talk about 10 former fighters, and then we're going to talk about the current top 10. At minimum weight, 105. Minimum weight, straw weight. Got like 6 names. Minimum weight, straw weight, mini flyweight, mini minimum weight, or super atom weight, or paperweight. Yep, paperweight too. Wow. But you see some great fights down there in those divisions. Yeah. And this one just started in 1987 was the first fight in it. 1987. I mean, when the big four, WBA, WBC, IBF, WBO started recognizing them. 1987. Yep. Oh, come on. We're going to talk about some of the current fighters if I can get everything right here. Here it is. How's everybody today? It's beautiful outside, man. It's springtime almost. I think the clocks go somewhere back forward. Go somewhere this weekend. Let's see, spring forward, fall backward. Yeah, they go forward. I think it's this weekend. That's early. They're always changing it. Different times. But yeah, this weekend. Spring forward. Put your clocks forward at 2 o'clock Sunday morning. So we lose an hour of sleep. Don't make me no difference. I don't work nowhere. No way, so we could lose 10 hours. It wouldn't make me no difference. I'm unemployed. Okay, now the current former boxers first. Here we go. 10 of them. 10 of the greatest former minimum weights of all time. Okay? And Ricardo Lopez is first. Yeah. That's Ricardo on the right. Yeah, Ricardo is first. Now, the 105-pound weight class has been much maligned, especially by Western fans. Now, upon its creation in 1987, it was mocked. Even the name straw weight or minimum weight itself was enough to get a laugh. And spell check won't even accept the word straw weight, right? And to top that off, the sanctioning bodies can't even arrive at a consensus on what to call a division. It's been alternately known as straw weight, minimum weight, flyweight, paperweight, mini minimum weight. Now, for most people, even 108 pounds junior flyweight was a stretch. Many questioned the need for a 105-pound weight class. Amidst all the naysayers and negativity, however, the 105-pound weight class hasn't actually been that bad. It ranks alongside some other junior classes in terms of excitement in recent years. It's just that so precious few 105-pounders have managed to become known outside the regions where they perform, like Asia. Get a lot of fights over there because that's where a lot of them come from, right? A lot of people in the Western world, the United States, Europe, don't know too much about this division, but here are some of the 10 best 105-pounders ever. The best ever, Ricardo Lopez, okay? He had a 16-year career from 1985 to 2001, okay? Ricardo. Now, there aren't any weight classes that come to mind that a fighter owned as much as Ricardo Lopez dominated 105. Called himself finito. He is number one, and there's no argument. It's as definitive a ranking as you could hope to find on an all-time list in any weight division in boxing. No argument. Finito is definitely number one at 105. For all we know, he was the best fighter of his generation. The brilliant Mexico City native ended his career at 51 wins, no losses, 1 draw, 38 knockouts, and some pop too, featuring a decade-long run as champion and 21 strawweight title fight victories. Okay, 21. Lopez combined every positive attribute you will ever hear about: ring smarts, technique, power punching, speed, footwork, and toughness, just to name a few. He beat distinguished Hideyuki Ohashi to win the belt in 1990 and was barely touched for the rest of the decade. He beat all the top 105 pounders of his time and even added the scalp of top 10 flyweight Saman Sojacharan, who he crushed in the second round in 1993. No one came close, and 100 years from now, his name will still be on the top of the 105 list. Never got him and Michael Carbajal, though, because I think they were at 108 at the same time. That would have been a battle there. Ricardo Lopez and Michael Carbajal. Never got that one. That would have been a good one. Mm-hmm. I think Carbajal was at 105, but I think by the time Lopez came in, Carbajal was at 108. But when Lopez moved to 108, Carbajal was still at 108. So, but they never fought. That would have been a good fight. Okay. Ivan Calderon, another great 105 pounder. Ivan Calderon. There's Ivan on the left. Ivan Calderon. He had an 11-year career from 2001 to 2012. Okay. Now, the light-hitting but ultra-skilled Calderon was the first 105-pounder since Ricardo Lopez to be a dominant and clear number one guy at the weight. Though he would later meet his match at 108 pounds, he was hard to touch at 105. He never lost a fight in his prime and rarely even struggled. Called himself Iron Boy. He made 11 defenses after winning the WBO title in 2003. That was after Ricardo Lopez had left. Okay, they never fought either. The 5-foot-tall Calderon put together a nice reign, featuring wins over championship-level talent like Alex Sanchez, Roberto Lempa, Noel Tunesio, Daniel Reyes, and Ronald Barrera. Wow, some regular names. Now, the fast-footed southpaw made a nice title run at 108 too, but by the time he returned to 105 in 2011, he was in his late 30s and past his best. It will be interesting to see if Calderon ever gets the call from Canastota. He haven't got it yet, but still got time. Now, this is the man that gave Ricardo Lopez so much trouble. Lopez was never beaten, but this man had a draw against him, Vicente Alvarez. That's him on the left there. And he also, one judge gave him the fight in the rematch. Lopez won by split decision. Yep. And Alvarez had he could have been better, but forcing Ricardo Lopez to dig as deep as he possibly could into his bag of tricks counts for a lot. The hard-hitting, tenacious, and skilled Nicaraguan twice gave Lopez fits, accounting for the only blemish on the great Mexican's record, that draw. Now, being gallant and not beating Lopez is far from the only thing he accomplished. And nearly beating Lopez, right. Now, Alvarez lifted the title from the man right below him on this list. In the 35-0 Charter Papayo's home country of Thailand. Yeah, Papayo was next. He was 35-0 when Lopez went over there and beat him for the title, right? He also blasted 27-1 future champion Kerman Guardia in 3 rounds in his first defense of the title. Okay? He then beat tough Eric Chavez before taking out the unbeaten pair of Takeshi Shiohama and Songkram Porpayon. His 8-round technical draw with Lopez would be his final fight at 105. He showed up overweight in their second fight, a split decision loss, which was at 108. The rematch was at 108, okay? But that was Ricardo Lopez. Only blemish on, Vicente Alvarez. Only blemish on Ricardo Lopez's record. Okay. Next is China Porpillon. Yes. And he had a 18-year career from 1988 to 2006. And that's him down low there, I think. No, that's him up top on the right. Okay. Now he was a slick boxing Thai fighter. He came close to greatness. In his pro debut, he beat fellow top tenor Fabian Sakrin. He won the title from Hideyuki Oshashi in 1993, a man who just missed this list. I think I'm gonna just start using initials, man. Damn. He peeled off 8 straight defenses, including a pair of wins over hard-hitting Carlos Murillo. And he had defenses against quality fighter like Ronnie Magramo and Rafael Torres. He lost his title in a split decision to Vicente Alvarez in 1995. But he wasn't finished. Fast forward to 2001. He was 35 years old, and he won the WBO strap from Kitaro Hoshino. He lost in his first defense, and he was almost 40 years old. Then he fought to a draw in a world title fight after that. He was never stopped in his career, and in the few losses he had, the decisions were razor thin. Yep. Ratanapal Vorapin, okay? 19-year career. Wait a minute. How did I get Ricardo Lopez back up here? I don't know what happened. Very interesting. Bear with me for a minute. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I was dead wrong from the beginning. I had everything wrong. Okay, from the jump. That's Ricardo Lopez right there. Ricardo Lopez. Okay, then came number 2 was Ivan Calderon. That's Ivan Calderon right there on the right. Okay, number 3, I was way off. Vicente Alvarez. I knew something on the right. That's Vicente Alvarez on the left. Number 4 was China Porpillon. That's him. And now we're at number 5. And I know that's Ratanapal Vorapin because it's got his name up there on the right. So I know I'm right now. Okay, my bad. Let's continue. Those first 4 pictures were supposed to have been while I was doing the history. Okay. Now he had a 19-year career, Ratanapal Vorapin. Now Ratanapal, he was a southpaw puncher who had 48 knockouts and 59 wins, including a reign as IBF champion from 1992 to 1997, 5 years. He won his belt for the tough Filipino, Manny Melchor. In the second defense, he knocked out another top Filipino in the Fed, Ala Villamor. And Villamor was 24-0 with 22 knockouts at the time. Okay? Continuing his domination of the Philippines, he beat Ronnie Magramo in 1994. Now, there may be a lack of overall quality in his roster of opponents, but he did record 21 world title fight victories. He hit the tie with Ricardo Lopez. Wow. He lost the title to Patello in 1997 before getting a long overdue opportunity to fight Ricardo Lopez. And Lopez stopped him in 3 rounds in 2000. And the next one is Zolani Patello. The same picture. That's him on the other side. See? Zolani Patello. Okay? Same picture. Now, the angular South African, Zolani Patello, now he had a 12-year career from 1993 to 2005, right? He would later lose to Lopez in a 108-pound title fight, but before that, he racked up impressive credentials at 105. He was a slick boxer with the ability to crack. Slick boxer who could crack, right? Patello won the belt from long-standing and distinguished titleist Ratanapal Soropan, last guy we talked about, with a dominant 4th-round knockout in Ropan's home of Thailand. Okay? Patello made 5 quality defenses before moving up to 108 to challenge the top dog on this list, Ricardo Lopez. And remember, Lopez knocked him out in the 8th round. Okay, a couple more. Then we're going to talk about the current top 10. Utada Naida, 1996 to 2008. That's him on the right. On the left. That's him on the left. My bad. Yeah. The Asian fighter. Utada Naida, 1996 to 2008. Now, the well-organized Japanese parlayed solid boxing skills into a productive reign. Naida got on a roll, eventually earning a shot at 45-1 WBA champion China Porpayan. Now, the Japanese won a unanimous decision, but would lose by split decision to the capable Noel Arambalet in his first defense. Undaunted, Naida got a rematch with the man who took his belt, this time winning by unanimous decision. Naida then ran off 7 title defenses with a slew of quality wins along the way. His 7 defenses came against fighters with a combined record of 130 wins, 12 losses, and 6 draws. He lost his title to rising star Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez in 2008 to end his reign. And Chocolatito was his last fight at age 29. Wow. He retired right in the middle of his prime. This got 2 more. And this is the same guy that I put in the chat just now. We up to him. He was fighting somebody else. Ole Dong. Let's go up. Yeah, it is right there. Yeah, that's what we're talking about now. Okay. I'm going to call him OS. Now, while not having a big name, his accomplishments as a 105-pound world champion stand out as an impressive body of work. OS was a highly skilled counterpuncher who would also let his hands go freely in the right spots. He was a Thai fighter. He won the belt at 22 years old. He beat distinguished champion Igo Kiowa in 2007 for the WBC belt. And he reigned until 2011. Along the way, OS made quality defenses against Pornsawan Porpramuk, veteran Muhammad Rockman, and Juan Palacios, among others. In 2011, OS ran in the rising Japanese star Kazuto Ioka, who relieved OS of his belt by 5th-round stoppage. And Kazuto Ioka is the nephew of Hiroka Ioka, who fought back in the 80s. And finally, the former fighters, then we're going to get to the current guys, is Farlon Sock-Cream. 17 years in the ring from 1988 to 2005. There he is on the right there. Okay. And he's a tie. He's the fourth tie on this list, right? Sarkreem lost his professional debut to the number 4 guy on this list, Chana Porpayon. He would only lose once more in the next 13 years. In 1990, the Southpaw won the belt from a good fighter in the 27-1, Eric Chavez, right? And then made defenses against 25-1, Pretty Boy Lucas, 17-0, Andy Tabanas, and 13-0, Felix Naranjo. Fallon lost the belt in a shocker to Manny Melchior in 1992 before fighting at 108. He went to 108 and 112 for the rest of his career. Okay? Still in 2005, a full 13 years after he lost the title, he reappeared at 105, fighting a technical draw with IBF champion Muhammad Rahman. Sarkreem was a skilled, durable, and entertaining performer. Oh, we still got one more. Jose Antonio Aguirre, 1995 to 2011. What's that, 16 years? Now, Aguirre left a bad taste in the mouth of fans with repeated losses at 108 and 112. But before that, he was a dominant title holder who reigned as WBC champion from 2000 to 2004 at 105. He was a Mexican. He won the title in Thailand with a decision over Thai fighter Juan D. Singwancha before reeling off 7 defenses. At 30-1, he dropped the title to excellent Eagle Kyoga in Japan in 2004 before moving up to 108 and 112, finishing his career at 35 wins, 10 losses, 1 draw. Okay, let's look at some of the current fighters now. I don't know why. This is the last one. We came all the way from heavyweight, so we're going to talk about weight classes in general after this, okay? See that we came all the way from heavyweight all the way down. But I got another series starting next week now. I always got a series. I got this one from Remo. It's going to be like an all-star team from each decade. The best fighter in each weight class in each decade, starting in 1900 to 2025. Best fighter in each weight class in each decade. Now, you know, when starting like 1900, 1920s, 30s is only going to be like 8. But as we come forward, the weight classes start being more and more because they started adding the juniors and the supers. But in the beginning, it was only 8, remember? So we're going to start that Monday. Okay? That's coming from Remo of Let's Talk Fashion. But now, yeah, some of the current fighters at the current top 10 at 105. Oh my goodness. I didn't even put them in, but I got to do it now as we go along. Manually. Okay. But number 1, we started number 1. Currently at flyweight is Oscar Collazo. Can't believe I didn't put him in. I got to do it as we go, but it's okay. Plus, I don't have no picture. My laptop is acting up, wouldn't even come on. But Oscar Collazo is number 1. I'll just leave Ricardo up there. No. Here we go. Yeah, Oscar Collazo. Oscar, man, now he's currently the WBA, WBO, and Ring Magazine champions at 105, okay? Oscar Manuel Collazo, a Puerto Rican professional boxer and unified mini flyweight champion, who has held the World Boxing Organization mini flyweight title since May 2023 and the World Boxing Association, WBA, and Ring Magazine titles since November 2024, okay? Now he's from, I gotta turn this light on. Newark, New Jersey. Currently 11 wins, no losses, 8 knockouts. me see what the early knockout rate is. 80 divided by 11. 72, because he don't have that many fights, so not that high. But if we keep knocking him out at that rate, as he gets more fights, that rate ratio will go up. But Oscar Collazo is number 1. Ranked number 2, currently at flyweight, is Melvin Jerusalem. Melvin Jerusalem. I didn't put the names in. I gotta type them in as we go along. Sorry. Put a couple and they pop right in. So yeah. Melvin Jerusalem, okay. Now Melvin is currently the WBC champion at 105. Current WBC champion. Okay, Melvin Jerusalem. Oh, okay. Define on, he says Oscar Pepilo Collazo. Yeah, from Puerto Rico. And number 2 is Melvin Jerusalem. The Melvin Oliva Jerusalem is a Filipino professional boxer. He is currently the World Boxing Council mini flyweight title holder since March 2024. He also previously held the World Boxing Organization minimum weight title in 2023. And Melvin is from the Philippines. Currently 23 wins, 3 losses, 12 knockouts for Melvin Jerusalem. Ranked number 3 currently at minimum weight is Pedro Taduran. Taduran. Okay. I think it's Taduran. Okay. Yeah, I just typed the first name and it popped right in. Thank you, Pedro. And Pedro is currently the IBF champion at minimum weight. Yep, currently the IBF champion, Pedro. Pedro General, middle name Taduran Jr., is a Filipino professional boxer who has held the IBF minimum weight title since July 2024. And he previously held the IBF minimum weight title from 2019 to 2021. Okay, so he's had the IBF twice. He's from Lebanon, Al Ray in the Philippines, and he's currently 17 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, with 13 knockouts. Okay, that ain't bad. Only 4 people went the distance with him so far in his early career. 76.4%, not bad. You know, I'm knockout race. I'm just fascinated by knockout race. I don't know why. I just am. Okay, ranked number 4, Shinjiro Shigeaka. He's also got a brother. I think his brother's in the top 10 too. But Shinjiro Shigeaka, and that's right. He's ranked number 4 at minimum weight currently. Shinjiro. That's a little short thing. Now, Shinjiro Shigeaka is a Japanese professional boxer. He had the IBF title from 2023 to 2024. And he lost that to Pedro. The man's in front of him. Pedro Taduran lifted up off of Shinjiro. Shinjiro is from Kumamoto, Japan. 11 wins, just 1 loss was the fight he lost his title in, with 9 knockouts. That's 81.8% knockout ratio for Shinjiro. Okay. Ranked number 5 is Knockout CP Freshmont. I'm gonna give you his real name in a minute, but that's what he calls himself, Knockout CP Freshmont. And he's got a brother named Knockout something too. I can't even pronounce his real name. I probably have to put it in there. Wow. Oh yes. Let me type this in. This is Knockout CP Freshmont's government name. Whatever they call it over there. Yeah, you know how we say government name? Yeah. I guess that's what it would be. But this is it. Tune in tomorrow because it's going to take me the rest of the show to type his name in. Got like 1,000 letters in it. Wow. Man, I wouldn't even attempt this. Wow. N-I-Y-O-M. T-R-O-N-G. There it is. There's his real name. Knockout CP Fresh Mark. Right there. There it is. Okay. But I'll call him Knockout CP Fresh Mark. That's his ring name. He's a Thai professional boxer and former Muay Thai fighter. He had the WBA title from 2016 to 2020. And he had it again from 2020 to 2024. He lost it to Oscar Collazo. Arnie, the one Arnie was giving all the smoke to just now, yeah. Collazo lifted that up off of him. But Knockout CP Fresh Mark is from Sun, Thailand. Currently 25 wins, 1 loss. That was his only loss to Collazo when he lost his title. 25 wins, 1 loss, 9 knockouts. Okay, yeah. Number 6 is Yudai Shigeaki. His brother was number 4. Wow. Yudai Shigeaki. You know something? Look at the odds on there. 2 brothers in the top 10 in the same division in boxing. Wow. That is something new. Okay, Yudai Shigeaki. He's a Japanese professional boxer. Currently ranked number 6 at minimum weight. And he has held the WBC minimum weight title from 2023 to 2024. And he lost that to Jerusalem. As of November 2023, he is ranked as the world's best active minimum weight by Boxing. Wow. Ranked number 6 on here. He's from Kumamoto, Japan. Currently 9 wins, 1 loss, 5 knockouts. When he lost his title to Jerusalem, that's been his only loss. Here comes the other Fresh Mark. Pechamani CP Fresh Mark. This is the other brother. That's his, their ring names is Fresh Mark. Other one is Knockout CP Fresh Mark. This is Pech. He's ranked number 7. Pechamari CP Fresh Mark. Yep, there he is. Now what's his real name? That's a little bit easier than his brothers. Pena Pradabrithri. Bear with me. Way easier than his brothers, but I still can't pronounce it. Pena. This is E-S-R-I. There it is. This is the brother. Fresh Mark. Okay. This is Pechamani CP Fresh Mark. That's his real name. He's ranked number 7. Okay. His ring name is CP Fresh Mark. Thai professional boxer like his brother. He had the WBC minimum weight title from 2020 to 2023. Currently the WBC junior flyweight title holder since 2024. He's still in the he's the champion. He had the WBC at junior flyweight, but he's still in the minimum weight ranking. But he's champion at 108. Wow. From Thailand, 43 wins, 2 losses, 27 knockouts. He must be the older brother because Knockout only had 26 fights. Pechamani has 45. Okay. A couple more. Ranked number 8, Wilfredo Mendez. Wow. An easy name, Wilfredo Mendez. Ranked number 8 currently at minimum weight 105. Wilfredo Mendez. We're gonna talk about this is the last one. We're gonna talk about weight classes in general after this. And then we're gonna get some link time today. Wilfredo Mendez, the name I can pronounce. Wilfredo is a Puerto Rican professional boxer. Now, he had the WBO minimum weight title between August 2019 to December 2021. As of September 2021, he was ranked as the 4th best strawweight in the world by the Transnational Boxing Rankings Board and the Ring Magazine, ranked number 4 in 2021. Wow. And he's from Laguas, Puerto Rico. Currently, 20 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 6 knockouts. And ranked number 9 is Hassan Boy. That's Deuce Matode. Hassan Boy. That's his name, Hassan Boy. Well, that's what they got. Hassan Boy. And why somebody would want to be named that, I don't know, but Dust Matode. Hassan Boy, Dust Matode. Okay, let's talk about old Hassan Boy right quick. Okay. Hassan Boy. Okay, Hassan Boy, Marjon Hughley Dust Matode is an Uzbek professional boxer. He won the gold medal at the 2016 Summer Olympics. And 2013 Summer Universiade as a junior flyweight. He is also a 3-time Asian boxing champion and 2023 world champion as an amateur, right? No. Yeah. Dust Matode fights both Olympic and professional fights. Okay, yeah. So yeah, he was professional, but he was still fighting in the amateurs in 2023. And that kind of threw me when they were telling me he was an amateur 2023 world champion. I thought he had turned professional by then, but it says he fights both Olympic and professional. Okay. But anyway, he's 6-0 as a professional with 5 knockouts, 83.3%. Number 10 is Luis Castillo. What I kept getting, Jose Luis Castillo that Fort Floyd, so we're not going to do him. I couldn't get him to come up. Let's talk about some sanctioning bodies. We're going to get a little link time today. This is the final one, 105. Okay? And we're going to talk about some sanctioning bodies in general. Real quick, not long. Okay, because we're going to get the link time in today. We haven't had no link time in a while. Let me see Thomas Hill name today. You got Thomas Hill been in here? No. He's probably busy. But it's catering out there in Cali. Yeah. Hill. Oh, wait a minute. I ain't got to do all that. What I do? I put some things in it that just don't come up. Excuse me. Let me turn it down. Nope, still got the noise. Sorry. How was everybody this Tuesday afternoon? The meet and greet was great, man. They talked about Jamaica next year. I don't fly, so I probably missed that one. I ain't getting on nobody's airplanes. Man. That's too far up. I don't have no wings. No. You scared? Say you're scared. I'm scared. Can you get to Jamaica by boat? Then I can go, but if I gotta take the airplane, nah. I'll be there in spirit. Yeah, do me like they do Mr. T, knock me out or something. Get me on the airplane. Can you get to Jamaica by boat? That'll be the only way I get there. Or train. Or car. I'm not getting on no airplanes. I used to when I was young. Now I think about it, I was way up there, man. Wow. Mm. Mm. Okay, let's talk about these weight classes for a minute, and then we're going to get some link time. Now, during the 19th and again at the beginning of the 20th century, the popularity of boxing brought about the formation of weight divisions other than the heavyweight class to eliminate the handicap of smaller contestants having to concede excessive weight to their opponents. Now, some of these weight divisions originated in the United States, others in Great Britain. Okay. Now, there were traditionally 8 weight divisions in men's boxing. More divisions were added, and professional governing bodies now recognize a total of 17 weight classes, which had their current names established by the major boxing organizations in 2015. Now, the upper limits of these classes are delimited as follows. Okay. Now we have the minimum weight we just did, 105 pounds, right? Then we got junior flyweight, 108 pounds. Flyweight, 112 pounds. Super flyweight is 115. Bantamweight is 118. Super bantamweight is 122. Now, let's stop right there, because if you look at this, right, we got flyweight at 112, super flyweight, bantamweight, super bantamweight. That's 4 weight classes within 10 pounds. Now, is all that necessary? I say we could have flyweight at 112, bantamweight at 118, and then go to featherweight at 126, 8 pounds. Why do we need 112, 115, 118, 122? That's a bit overkill, I think, 4 weight classes within 10 pounds. That's crazy. But then we got featherweight at 126, super featherweight at 130. We got lightweight at 135, super lightweight at 140, welterweight at 147, super welterweight at 154, middleweight 160, super middleweight is 168, light heavyweight is 175, cruiserweight is 200, and heavyweight is unlimited. Now, it's saying something about this bridgeweight, but I don't know how that works, so I just go from cruiserweight 200, heavyweight unlimited. Now, in all world and national title fights, weight limits must be strictly observed, although fighters are often allowed by contract to weigh in the day before a fight. Now, if a boxer is over the limit, he is normally given a short time in which to make the stipulated weight. If he still fails, the fight usually proceeds. But if the overweight fighter wins the fight, the title for which he was fighting is declared vacant, right? Declared vacant. Now, in Olympic-style amateur boxing, the weight divisions for men are based on the 2020 Tokyo game, right? A little different. I'm not going to go through all of them, but yeah, it's a little different than the amateurs. Now, there's no universal agreement on weight divisions within women's professional boxing, but amateur weight divisions are different from the professional level. Okay, I'm not going to go through all of them. Now, ring rules and equipment. What time do we have? Okay, we're going to get some link time, about 3:30, something like that. Ring rules and equipment. Now, because there's no universally accepted world ruling body for professional boxing, each country has its own set of rules. And in the United States, there are different rules in different states. That's ridiculous. No other sport. That's why, like at the beginning, I was saying, boxing is the only sport that continually breaks their own rules. No other sport does that. But every other sport has like a governing, not 4 or 5 governing, it has one governing body over it, and it's the same in every state or country. Because like the NBA got teams in Canada, and baseball got teams in Canada, but teams in Canada and the United States all abide by the same rules in those sports. You don't go from state to state or country to country and do different. Like in the United States, you don't get 3 outs and get 4 outs in Canada, right? Or United States in football, you don't get 4 downs in the United States. Then when they play in England, you get 5 downs. No, it's the same. But boxing is the only sport where it varies from place to place. That's ridiculous, man. It's totally ridiculous. Okay, now where was it? Before I went off script into that rant. Yeah. But boxing is the only sport like that, man. Different rules in different states. Yeah. Now, generally, fights take place in a ring that is 18 to 22 feet and surrounded by 4 strands of rope. Professional fights may be scheduled to last from 4 to 12 rounds of 3-minute duration. So 2-minute rounds are commonly used in women's fights. And in some fights held in Great Britain, right? Now, since the 1920s, professional championship fights traditionally lasted 15 rounds. But by the late 1980s, the WBC, WBA, and IBF championships were all being scheduled for 12 rounds. Yeah, they had all dropped to 12 by the late 80s. That was when Boom Boom Mancini, Kim died in the fight with Boom Boom Mancini. Yeah, that was the catalyst where they, said, that's it. We gotta have to, get rid of 15. Now, they did have 12 at that time. They were doing 12 and 10 and 15, but then no more 15. Melanin Queen 27 in the building. What's up, Melanin Queen? How are you today? How is your day going? Good to see you. We did our final weight class today. What was it? Minimum weight, 105. Yep. So now we're just talking about weight classes and boxing rules and stuff in general. And how different boxing is from other sports. Another thing, boxing is the only sport where you learn to score at the end of the sport. Only sport where you learn to score at the end when the fight is over. Any other sport, you got a running score during the contest. Every time the score changes, you see it. Every other major sport, hockey, baseball, football, basketball, boxing is the only sport where you only see the score at the end. Okay? It doesn't have to be like that, man. But really, that's the only one that does it. Any other sport, every time the score changes, the fans see it. But not boxing. You only see what the score is when the fight is over. That's ridiculous. Now, if they gave you the score after every round, which they could do, it would make it harder to cheat, right? You wouldn't be able to change the cards at the end because we already know what it was through 10, 11 rounds. We know what the score was. So how can it all of a sudden be this after 12 rounds? So yeah, it's exactly how the powers that be want it. It's easier to be corrupt the way they have it. It's obvious, man. It's obvious. Boxing is a very corrupt sport and they want to be corrupt because it would be very easy to change it into a sport like other sports. It's not that hard. Just change a couple of things. Like one big one, let us see the score after every round, right? But they don't want that because then you can't go back at the end and change a certain judge's card. You make the fighter you want to win. So yeah, boxing is exactly how the powers that be want it, but I can still complain about it. Okay. What's the loot, Melanin Queen? Now, where were we? Yeah, we're going to get ready to get some link time in a minute. I'm going to drop the link. I want to finish this, but this was kind of interesting. I can't remember where I was at, though. Oh, my goodness, man. Yeah, we was talking about, how they changed the length of the fight. From, it was 10, 12, and 15 before, but then after the late 80s, they dropped 15 with a couple of deaths in the ring and stuff, yeah. And they felt that, 15 was too much. Let me drop the link now, okay? Yeah. But I appreciate everybody that's in the building today. Hope you're enjoying the show. Like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I got 2 subscribers yesterday. Okay. And we're gonna chop it up till like 5 minutes to 4. Then we're gonna have to get out of here. Let's do boxing will be coming in. Okay. And yeah. Yeah, we haven't chopped it up for a while. And we'll do it today. Is this the right phone? Yeah, this is it. I got 3 phones and a laptop working here. This is my chat, because I gotta be able to see the chat, so you know. This is my chat phone here. Right? I think. Yeah, but how's everybody? It's still early in the week. What we got this weekend? What is this? What will this weekend be? There's the 4. Who's fighting this weekend? I never even took a look at that. We had the big one last week, Tank and Roach, and I never even thought to look, see what's happening this week. And the big meet and greet was just happened this past weekend. The life's still going on, you know. I'm gonna check it out after I get the link in. Maybe we can talk about. And then I want to talk about this Tank situation. I haven't had a chance to talk about it yet with my people. The Tank situation. As soon as I get this link in, we're gonna do that. See what y'all think about it. So y'all know what I think. Okay, here comes the link. And this is for anybody can hit the link. You don't have to have JBT behind your name. This everybody, all are welcome. Okay, hit the link. All opinions are welcome. I do block fast. No, I'm just kidding. All right, there's the link. Okay. And tomorrow is going to be boxing in Africa, because the last couple months, we've been doing boxing from different parts of the world. That was a Thomas Hill idea. Tomorrow is Africa. Thursday is going to be the Boxing in the States series still going on. That's Oregon this week. We didn't get one last week because we did the profile on Thursday, remember, because we didn't have a show Friday. So Oregon is this week. And then the profile this week is the life and career of Floyd Money Mayweather. Floyd Pretty Boy / Money Mayweather. Okay. Pretty Boy / Money Mayweather. Floyd. That's our profile this week. Let me go back to this. Where we are. These rules and stuff. Okay. Yeah. We just talked about how they changed the length of the fights. Now, since the late 1920s. Oh, yeah. Changed the length right there. Okay, let me move on past that. Don't you hate these commercials that you put on the damn phones? Yeah. It done messed my whole display up with this commercial. Okay, here it is. I don't remember where I was at. Oh boy. Yeah, here we go. We were at the part about where they changed the length of the fights, right? I don't know. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Let's talk about the referee. Okay. Now, a referee is stationed inside the ring with the boxers and regulates the fight, since we had the top 10 referees at the beginning. Now, in some jurisdictions, the referee scores the contest along with 2 judges outside the ring. Yeah, they still do that. I think in the UK, some fights, the referee's still doing it. In the United States, they stopped the referee because they wanted the referee to concentrate more on officiating the fight instead of worrying about scoring. But some places, the referee still actually scores fights. Yeah. Yeah. And the officials award points to each fighter for each round. And a boxer must win on 2 of the 3 scorecards to earn a decision victory. Now in Olympic fights, 5 judges scored a fight electronically by pushing a button whenever a punch is believed to have landed on a boxer. Now that's like the copper box. They had the judges do that in Olympics. Wow. Now no punch is registered as a hit unless at least 3 judges press their buttons within a second of each other. Padded gloves ranging from 8 to 10 ounces in weight are worn by the boxer. I don't like that situation there. No punch is registered unless 3 judges hit the button within a second of each other. So if a man really landed a punch and the judges don't hit the button, then he don't get credit for it. I do not like that. No. It would seem like if one judge hit it, then I don't know. I just don't like that. That's crazy. So you can land a punch and not get credit for it. The judge could be yawning or looking over that way somewhere and miss it, one of them. Now, fight ends in a knockout when a boxer is knocked down and cannot get up by the count of 10. Now, fight can be stopped by a technical knockout, TKO, when a boxer is deemed by the referee and sometimes the ringside doctor to be unable to defend himself properly. When a boxer is deemed to have sustained a serious injury, it can be stopped, or when a boxer or his seconds decide he should not continue. And then I'm adding this. Or when a boxer takes a knee and gets his face grease wiped out of his eye by one of his seconds. Fight should be stopped, right? Yeah, but anyway. Yeah. Now y'all know I'm Team Tank. The JBT is 100% Team Tank, but I'm Team Boxing first, and when Tank lost that fight, yeah, I don't know. That's just my opinion. I thought Lamont pulled it out, especially with the knee. If the knee had been registered, yeah, that would have been enough to give it to him, you know. But it was a good fight. I would like to see it again. But Lamont had to get special permission from the WBA to come up and do that, right? So I'm thinking if he come back to 135 again, he probably would have to vacate, you know, his title, I guess. Or get special permission and give it. I don't know if they're going to do that again, right? So, but hey, it's going to make even more money this time. I have it right back at the Barclays, too. Why not? Because, you know, hey, it was a very successful night outing. Have it right back up there again. Yeah. Immediate rematch. That's what I would say. Yeah. It was a great fight, though. It was a great card, man. Overall. Yeah. Great card overall. Who's the co-main? Oh, Gary Russell. Gary threw a shutout, man. Very impressive performance by Gary. He came out and jumped on Rayo immediately and never let up, man, the entire fight. He kept the pressure on. And Rayo had no answers. I was very impressed by Gary Russell's performance, man. Wow. That was incredible. And incredible. Oh, Ja heard me say Tank lost. He had to come up here. What's up, Ja?
What's up, Lucy?
What's happening? Tell me about the fight Thursday, man. What you think?
Well, I wanted to say about Gary first. Like,
okay, go ahead. The floor is yours, man.
I think Gary did a great job, but I still want to see him do even better than that. Like, I want to see him be smart. I know he be in shape for his fights. Like, just in shape, period, where he could throw even more punches than that. Like,
yeah.
But like just being smart about it, cause he could box too. But I feel like he naturally he more pressure. Like, so I feel like if he just like he did a good job though. I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying I know he could go beyond that. Like,
yeah, Rayo didn't have no answer for him, man. He couldn't do anything. you know.
Yeah.
And Robert Garcia, the great trainer, they just couldn't, no kind of adjustment they could make, man, for Gary, you know.
Yeah, I think Gary just got a different pedigree than Ryo. Like, and then because of that last fight, you could tell Gary wasn't really focused in that fight.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I feel like his output, regardless, is like regardless if he win or lose or draw, he gonna be throwing a lot more punches than he did against Puello.
Yeah, they both got titles. I wouldn't mind seeing that again now for unification, you know.
Yeah, I know he want that. I feel like Puello wanted to be the one to fight Ryo.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's a good
Just
point.
what I felt like he probably wanted that.
Yeah.
And then, like,
That
far
was,
as Tank though, I feel like Tank definitely won that fight.
yeah.
Lamont did good though. He was in it the whole fight. Like, he was still dangerous more so to me. It was times where I seen Tank trying to press the issue,
Yeah.
and Lamont didn't want to cooperate with that. Like, and it was just like he was treating it like he was the champion and that weight. And Tank was like pressing him. He was creating all the opportunities. Like, it was times Lamont tried to like get a shot in, but it was just a basic like jabbing in and then trying. But other than that, he was just waiting on Tank to throw.
Encountering, yeah. I underrated Lamont's chin, man. He took some good shots from Tank, man. You know?
Nah, he definitely got a great chin, but it's more about that he got a great defense.
Yeah, that too. That's right. Yeah. That's very true.
Defense was on point, but when
Yes,
he was
it
fighting,
was, man.
he was fighting other fighters, he wasn't using that same defense. Like, this the best he ever fought in his career.
For sure. For sure. That was definitely his. He came ready. What do you think about the knee? What happened on that with the knee?
The knee
situation. The Tank took the knee.
When I seen the knee, and the ref didn't call it a knockdown, I was just laughing about it. Like, that was hilarious to me. Like, the ref didn't call it the knockdown.
Hey, he didn't. So he didn't call it.
The ref didn't call it a knockdown. And it looked like Tank did it on purpose. Like, he didn't even care. Like, he took a knee.
I didn't know what he was doing. He said he was getting his eyes wiped.
And then it just create more of a narrative for, like,
I know
it ain't gonna hurt Tank at all. Like, cause then it's already people was hating. It just brought out people who was truly haters, and then it
a lot of people
more
waiting for something like that to happen. You're right.
And then make more people want to be a hater. I say, like, I want him to not even go for it. I've been like, I love to see the knockouts though. Like, I wanted to see him sleep Lamont too, but like, I don't like, cause I look at how Floyd carried his career, and like Floyd, when Tank was coming up, he was promoting Tank as like the next person like him. I'm like, he could have been started just boxing him, like how they complain about Shakur. Shakur didn't earn that. Like, he used his amateur background as a silver medalist, and he treated like he Floyd from the beginning of his career. Like, but Tank earned it. Tank earned what that, like, he can fight like Floyd, and it don't matter. They're gonna want to come and see you lose. They're gonna complain about it. Like, I think he actually won that fight. Similar, like, cause it's been closer fights than that. Like when Teofimo beat Lomachenko, or when Devin beat Lomachenko. Like, I feel like Tank was really landing the harder shots. Lamont was waiting on him the whole fight, and one judge had Tank up. I think the other judges called
had it a draw. One gave it a Tank, and the other two had it a draw. Yeah.
I think they only gave it a draw because that's the most competitive fight we seen Tank in, and they probably like, let's see that again. Ain't nobody else that competitive with him. Let's call it a draw. It was a fair draw though, but like, I think Tank was giving him gifts. Like, he was treating him like, cause if he would have just waited on him, Lamont would have had to do something, and then he could just pop shot him. Like Floyd did later in his career, just pop shotting him. And they want to get knocked out, let him run into something.
And then immediate rematch?
That'd be cool to me. That'd be smart to me.
I would like to see it. The immediate rematch. Yeah.
How you guys doing?
What's up, Define on anyone?
I'm good.
What up,
Thank you
Define?
very much. How you doing, bro?
Okay.
And the last thing I want to say though, like, I don't think Lamont went for the win. Like, he was doing great. He was in the fight. And then it was just like, it was smart for him not to do it though. I think if he would have took more chances, then he would have got stopped trying to do that. But I feel like as a fighter, and how I look at Lamont as a fighter, like, just take that chance anyway, man. Like, come on, like, but at least they got rematch clause though. Cause like, he supposed to take that chance and try to take the win, like take the win, make sure he win. Like,
that's true.
I feel like he felt like he could knock Tank out. So that's how he feel about his skills and his ability. He should have tried to go for it. I ain't see that.
Yeah.
I ain't see that. And that was disappointing to me just because of like the respect I got for him as a fighter, like his background and then his experience and stuff. Like, go for it. You sitting in there just trying to show the world that you nice. Like, go beyond that. Show what it really is. Like, but I feel like that was smart too, though, because he would have got stopped if he had tried to do that.
I thought he did a good job countering, too.
Yeah, he did a great job countering. But if he fights Shakur, he gonna have to press Shakur. You know, Shakur. Like I said, if Tank fights Shakur and Tank back up and start moving, Shakur gonna start backing up and moving too.
Yeah, Shakur ain't gonna stand in front of him like Lamont did. No way.
Nah, I don't know what they thinking. I want to see how he do against Lamont too, cause Lamont fought Jamel Herring, Jamel Herring, and Shakur fought him. Like, why y'all ain't fight each other?
Yeah. What's up, Define Arnie?
Hey, I'm good, fellas. Subriel is back, bro. Subriel Matias is definitely back, bro.
But when is he fighting? You got something scheduled?
Yeah, he fought the same day as Tank.
Did he? He sure did. That's right.
Yeah, it was up in
Did he get the knockout?
Yes.
Everybody focused on Tank. They forgot all about Subriel.
Yeah, they stopped it because the eye was messed up.
And the other,
I think it was
his opponent,
round 6, if I'm not mistaken, or 7.
Okay. Who did he fight?
Gabriel Goyas Valenzuela. They were for the, I think it was the title eliminator for the Hitchens title, IBF. I think.
Oh man! So we might get Hitchens and Subriel.
Yeah, I think it can be complicated. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised because Subriel, for a change, did not start late. You know, he started off fighting from round 1, which definitely was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, like an echo.
I got an echo.
Like an echo.
Hang on a second.
It might be.
What about now? Is it better now?
Oh, better. Perfect. Perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I think Hitchens can get complicated for Subriel, honestly, because I don't think Subriel is good cutting off the ring or as good as it's gonna take for Hitchens. So I think that can complicate that matchup for him for sure. But definitely deserves it though. We'll see if Hitchens tries to unify or
It'll be a good. I think that'll be a good matchup though. You got against the pressure guy, you know.
Exactly.
Classic.
Contrast of styles, I think they call it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. What's up, Ant?
Chilling, rewatching the fight.
Oh, the Tank and Roach.
Mm-hmm.
And what you think about that one?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I'm on round 5 right now.
Okay.
And thus far, the only round I gave Lamont was round 2.
2. Okay.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah, everybody said Tank won most of the early round.
Pretty cleanly too.
Mm-hmm. What you think about the knee?
I'm gonna tell you what though.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Honestly, I haven't really given much thought to it.
Okay. Now, what would you get ready to say?
On one hand, I would say on one hand, it's like things happen in boxing. We've seen all types of things happen over the years. People mixing drinks, Panama Lewis,
Yeah.
conveying substances, plastering gloves, like Billy Resto types, Billy Collins and Luis Resto, like dudes taking patent out
I
gloves.
remember that one.
Right.
Jesus Christ, bro. Nah.
Yeah.
To me, it just seemed like there was a lapse. Because I did see a couple of videos where people actually highlighted like the braids going in his ear, like in his eyes when he slipped the punch.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think you gotta have better, just awareness. And what's my man's name? Greg Hacker, he made an interesting point. He was talking about how in the amateurs, if you have an equipment malfunction or something of the sort, you can take the knee and go over to the corner and get it situated.
Okay.
You mean like if your headgear impairs your vision?
Or even if so you have a situation with your glove.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And even in the pros, you see it all the time. Like, well, they'll call a timeout if a guy got like a little piece of tape dangling off his glove. Anything that could possibly get in the other guy's face, or if a guy got too much Vaseline on his face, they'll call a break. And I don't really feel like it was a deciding factor in the fight now that I'm rewatching it.
Mm-hmm.
When they lose their mouthpiece, things
of that sort. But I felt like Lamont, he did better down the stretch, but early on, he wasn't really landing anything too clean, to be honest with you. Not much at all. But I felt like in the back half of the fight, I thought he did a fantastic job utilizing his jab.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I would like to see Tank stay with, that he had a lot of success with in the first half of the fight, was just utilizing speed. I actually like what Barry Hunter was telling him about not being stationary. Like after you do your work, just get up out of there. And there were like a lot of moments in the first half of the fight where Tank will stab him to the body with a straight, and then he'll just get out of range.
Oh yeah, he was doing some nice body work early.
He was doing some really good body work. He went away from it though.
Yeah, he did. He sure did.
Head hunting down the stretch.
Yep. He sure did.
So in the rematch, I feel like that's something that he should look to sustain. Look to sustain the body work, particularly the straights, so he could do it from a relatively safe distance. Utilize his jab a little bit more. He did land some good jabs. I'm gonna tell you this, man. I was just having a conversation with Just Do, and I was telling him I don't envy the people who operate the compy box or the judges at all, because there's a lot of things in real time that look like they landed, but they're not. And then there's other shots that look like they didn't land, but they did.
Yeah, that's true.
They got to make the judgment. They don't have the luxury of looking at replay, and they got to make the judgment right then. Yeah. I couldn't do it.
Because in round one alone, they only gave Tank credit for one punch landed. I'm going back and I'm looking at he landed at least 5 or 6 punches.
Damn. Wow.
And like I said, I got the luxury of being able to slow something down and then, freeze it at the point of contact, zoom in on it. I'm like, oh, that's a landed punch.
Yeah.
But he wasn't getting credit for that stuff.
So what you think we get the immediate rematch? Back at 135 again?
I believe we should. That's the only way to clear up the controversy.
I'm serious. That's the only way. To run it back.
It needs to happen. Yeah.
I think the only reason Lamar looked even better in the second half is because Tank was giving him those opportunities.
Say it again, Jerome.
I said, I think can you hear me?
Yeah, you better.
The only reason Lamont looked even better in the second half of the fight is because Tank was giving them opportunities to look better. Like he was taking more risk defensively than I've seen him do in a lot of his fights with people that wasn't dangerous as Lamont. Right? So I think like something that's going under the radar that we don't know until we see the rematch. Like, so Lamont, I don't see how he would say he thought he won. And then I don't feel like he was really pressed to say that if they counted the meeting or like,
How y'all
you
think the
know,
rematch will go?
uh, I don't know. I hope Tank will just box him like Shakur be doing and just
Hmm.
win like that's what I want to see him do for the rest of his career, man.
Yeah.
Just a box like that. It's not. It's different than what Shakur do it. Like force your opponents to have to run in the shots all day because they know
Hmm.
they got it. Like you don't have to worry about beating them. Just make it easy for real. Move around like y'all was saying the stationary thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. He could do that. That's the stuff that they don't give him credit for, even though he do it in a lot of his fights because he's sleeping, and they don't give him credit for his boxing. That's why they say Shakur beat him because they saying Shakur better at that than he is.
I
Oh
think
yeah.
it
How about
depends.
before we go? What y'all think about that? Gary Russell and Deshaun Arnie. That Gary Russell was impressive, wasn't he? In radio fight.
Oh yeah.
For sure. I actually had was pulling for Ryu. But man, I was like, damn. Yeah.
It's just like he didn't have no answers at all, man.
Yeah.
know.
But on the Tank question, I think it depends because if we look at it, bro, like every great has had this type of moment, right? This
Yeah.
fight where people think the other guy won. You know, you can point to Mayweather Castillo, you can point to I don't know, you name
Yeah.
it, right?
You're right. 100%.
And this is your moment to prove, to show everyone if you're really that dude, bro. Like
Yeah.
this can be the best thing that ever happened to him, honestly. But you know, remains to be seen.
Yep. And Floyd always came back in the rematch and made it more convincing, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah, I see exactly what you're saying. That's true. You got to come back in the rematch and stop him. You don't have to exactly have to stop him, but you know what I
No,
mean.
absolutely. Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
make or break, you know. Yeah.
But I hope we get it. That's the main thing. I hope we get the immediate rematch between them.
Well, if it's not
You just
that,
got
then
to
it has to
utilize
be
his speed,
before.
honestly.
If Tank come back in the rematch and he just outbox him
Yeah.
clear, don't let him do none of that counter and stuff. Don't let him do, don't come and try to fight in the pocket with him, and he just gonna wait and see what type of counters he can get off. Then that to me is convincing. It's like, oh, they're totally different level of fighters.
But it was a great fight, though.
Yeah, it was a great fight.
Great fight. Yeah, fooled a
Well,
lot of
yeah, I think
people.
Lamont Roach got damn good skills, but
Yeah.
my thinking alignment with Jarrell, especially after rewatching the fight today, that I think that if Tank operates the way that he just did in the first half of the fight, I don't think it's that close of a fight. Like I think it's a lot more decisive, and it's not because of Lamont Roach's skill set, but he's just not as dynamic. Like it was glaring. Like when Tank was sticking and moving, it was glaring. Like the disparity in speed and quickness.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't keep up with him. Yeah, there were a
Yeah.
couple of times where Tank actually turned him with his feet. Like he throw a jab and pivot out, and Roach would kind of look stuck in the mud a little bit. But like Jarrell was saying, when he gave him the opportunities, when he was just planting his feet and just looking to land a big shot, that's when Roach had most of the success. Because Roach does have impeccable timing.
Yeah.
And he's got really good vision, and he's got a very tight and compact style, like where he keeps his hands high and he's able to come back with those short shots. And when Tank was loading up, there were a couple of times in that back half where Roach was able to beat him to the punch because of it. And as the saying goes, high hand wins. If you punch him from all the way down here, and the other guys, he's punching from a high and tight position, his punch is going to get there first. And I think that when he kept it high and tight and he just utilized his speed, Lamont Roach, man, he just looked stuck in the mud.
Yeah.
Even
That's what you got to do.
he was doubling up on them straight lefts, like, and Lamar
Mm-hmm.
Pitt
Yeah,
about
I'm
that
glad you
no
said it.
time.
It just came on my screen, bro, in the 6th round.
Every time he did it, he wanted to do that. He did that, and then he could have just turned them, keep turning them. So like I seen, um, in the amateur fights I watched him, like he do all that type of stuff too. Like I could still see it in him and how he move in the ring, like how Lomachenko type of footwork is.
Yeah.
Like that's Tank up there like that with that type of footwork. Like just naturally though, like I think he just naturally got that type of footwork. Like he could have doubling up, turning them, then go back to boxing. Like similar to how Floyd is a little bit. Floyd got a different style, but like Floyd, he able to stay in the pocket with you, but he was choosing to just stay on the outside. And you want to force that, then that's
Yeah.
going to be a
Right.
downfall. And to do that to these fighters too, because of his status. Like they gotta come and take this win from you. They trying to take not just whatever to win, not just get the money. They trying to take your name too and say like, "Oh, I'm Tank." Like Floyd was like, "This the new Floyd." They trying to say they the new Tank.
Right. Yeah. But okay.
Trying to counter the whole fight, like.
All right. Anybody got anything else they want to close with? Any big major points you want to make or anything before we get out of here? To just do boxing.
I wanted to see if the winners fight each other regarding Russell and Puello. So I wouldn't mind seeing the rematch. Trump was saying in the chat there that they should do the rematch. I agree.
Which one? Russell and Puello?
Yeah.
Oh
Russell,
yeah, I would like to see that too. Yeah. They both tied champions of the unification, right? Yeah.
Whoever won, whoever. If Sandor Martin and Rayo won, I would say the same thing. Just to go in that direction.
Exactly. Yeah. That's right. Maybe they'll make it. Russell said that's what he wanted, Puello, because he wanted to get his get back, because that was a good close fight. It was a split decision, I think, right? Yeah. So yeah, that'll be good. I hope they make it this year.
Me too. Could be, I don't know, something like August or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, in the summer. Yeah. But okay, gentlemen, I appreciate y'all. Somebody was saying something?
I just said Puello, like he got a chip on his shoulder. I want to see him grow as well. That'd be a good rematch. I want to see that.
Yeah. That was a close fight between him and Martin, though, man. At one point, I thought Martin had pulled it out.
That was the matchup that intrigued me the most of the entire card, honestly.
Yeah, it was. It was. That was good.
Two southpaws.
I thought Martin had pulled it out, actually, but you can't be mad because it was a good fight.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Can't say.
Did you put Puello after watching it?
Yeah. I mean, I honestly I wouldn't have minded a draw, but I wasn't mad at Puello getting the win. At all.
Yeah, it was excellent. That was a great fight. It was a good card overall. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How come Lomachenko get to keep his belt for so long?
Say it again, Jarrell.
How come Lomachenko get to keep that belt for so long there inactive though?
I think he gave medical documentation or something like that, and he got
his shoulder or something, right? To find on.
I think it was his back.
His back, right? His back.
I think he got what's it called, medical exemption or something like that, which is like 8 months or something. Yeah, which is like 8 months or something. I think that's the reason why. Yeah.
Oh yeah, come back even better. Yes, sir. That's why I want to see a fight, some more fights, man. But I appreciate peace and blessing.
You too, bro.
Okay.
Thank you, Jam.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. We're gonna get ready to get out of here. Appreciate the panel. Drill Hattie, Define Arnie, and attentive Aunt McQueen. Okay. But we had Salute Trump. Trump had came in. Trump in the building. Trump, Melanie Queen 27. Jarrell Hattie, Kensaw Love 1, Crush the Legend, Ant McQueen, Define Arnie 1, Mike Rim, Mike Mazik, and Miss Cass. And that great panel. Jarrell Hattie, Define Arnie 1, and Ant McQueen. Appreciate them, gentlemen. Okay, it's time for Just Do Boxing. But we'll be back tomorrow with another Cast Sports. Because if it's Monday through Friday at 2 p.m., it's The Boxtorian bringing you all that boxing history. Just Do Boxing is straight ahead. This is Cast Sports. Everybody have a great afternoon. Appreciate y'all. And I will see y'all around those JBT streets.